Explain why curiosity is important in learning science. Curiosity is the driving force behind science. It makes us want to learn more about the world by asking questions like why and how. And when we are curious, we observe things carefully and try to find answers. This questioning attitude helps us explore new ideas and conduct experiments. Without curiosity, we would not seek explanations or try to discover new facts. Science encourages curiosity because it leads to deeper understanding and helps us solve everyday problems and mysteries of the universe. Describe the scientific method and why it is important. The scientific method is a step by step process used to find answers to questions. It starts with observing something interesting, then asking a question, making a guess, means a hypothesis, testing the guess by conducting experiments and observations, and finally analyzing the results. This method is important because it helps us find reliable answers based on evidence rather than just guessing. It ensures that our conclusions are tested and repeatable, making science a trustworthy way to learn about the world. How does science help us understand the experiment and the earth? Science helps us learn about the Earth's environment, including plants, animals, weather, and natural resources. It explains how living things survive in different regions and how water, air, and soil affect life. By studying the environment, we understand the need to protect it. Science teaches us about pollution, climate change, and the convention. So, this challenge helps us make decisions that keep our planet healthy and safe for future generations, showing the close connection between science and the environmental care. Give example of how people use the scientific method in everyday life. People use the scientific method without realizing it. For example, if a light bulb does not work, they might check if the bulb is burnt, then test the switch or wires. A cook might wonder why the dal spilled over and test if it was due to too much water or high heat. So, these steps of observing, guessing, testing, and analyzing help solve problems logically, just like scientists do in their labs, making everyday tasks easier and more efficient. Why is science called a never ending puzzle? Science is like a never ending puzzle because every answer we find leads to a new question. So, when we discover something new, it adds a piece to the big puzzle of knowledge. Sometimes we realize previous ideas were wrong and must be changed. So, this continuous process of discovery and correction means science is always growing. There is no limit to what we can explore and learn. So, science keeps expanding just like an endless puzzle that challenges our minds to keep solving. How do scientists work together and why is teamwork important? Scientists often work in teams to combine their knowledge and skills. Teamwork is important because complex problems require different experts to solve them. Sharing ideas leads to better experiments and new inventions. Working together helps avoid mistakes and speeds of discoveries. In school, students can also learn science more effectively by discussing and experimenting in groups, making learning fun and collaborative. Teamwork helps us explore more and reach conclusions that no one could achieve alone. What are some interesting things we can learn by studying water in science? Water is fascinating because it exists in three states: solid, liquid, and then gas. Science helps us understand how temperature changes these states. So we learn about the water cycle, how water evaporates, forms clouds, and falls as rain. So water supports all life and affects weather and climate. Studying water shows how important it is for plants, animals, and humans, making it a key topic in science to understand both nature and everyday activities. We how can asking questions help us discover new things? Asking questions like why or how opens the door to discovery. Questions makes us curious and lead to observations and experimentations. They challenge what we know and push us to explore further. Many scientists' discoveries began with a single question. By asking questions, we learn to think critically and solve problems. So, this process not only increases knowledge but also helps us apply it in useful ways to improve life and understand the universe. What are some ways science connects different ideas and objects? Science connects ideas across plants, animals, materials, weather, and space. For example, studying seed growing links biology and environment, while understanding how metals conduct electricity, like physics and technology. Science also connects food, health, and chemistry through digestion and nutrition. So these connections show that knowledge is not separate but linked in a wave. This helps us see the bigger picture and apply what we learn in one area to others, making science a unified way to understand the world. Why is it important to keep exploring and never stop wondering? The world is full of mysterious mysteries waiting to be explored. So, when we keep exploring and wondering, we stay curious and open to learning new things. So, this attitude helps us to solve problems, make new discoveries, and improve life. So, science grows because people never stop asking questions or searching for answers. So, staying curious leads to creativity, innovation, and a deeper understanding of the universe, making our journey of learning exciting and endless.